Here we go, you two. Willow Beach Natural Fish Hatchery. You see them a little bit. Watch up here, it's clear. These are the big ones. See these ones?
Oh, dirty.
Look at all of them. Look down there. These are razorbacks. Baby razorbacks. So it tells you right here, look. See, these are all baby razorbacks. Look at Sissy found some. Look, yeah. Sissy found them. Look at all these ones. Look how big they are. Big ones, huh?
They're all squishy there.
Yeah.
You're good at finding that.
Cool. Look at the babies. Huh? Yeah. Look at how big. Pretty, huh? Big ones. Cool. Look at the littler ones, Dad. Look at the big one. Whoa.
One jump.
That's awesome. Look at that big one.
Yeah. No big ones here.
Look at all the babies. Woo, look at them. See them? Cool. Here we go, guys. Yeah.
Oh, that's how we get on the water.
That's how you get a water. Look at them. God, those are so big. Huh? Yeah, there's a lot. Look at them. It's cool, huh? Look how little. Look, you see how they feed themselves, babe? They pull on these and then it drops the food in them. See, look at them. They just bring to us and stop. So many trout, you guys. Look at all these. Look, here's all the babies. Look at all of them. Look at all this. Crazy when you walk by and they start jumping out. Look at them. It's cool, huh, Dad?
They're hungry. Mom, look.
There we go, guys. Razorback fish. Baby razorbacks.
Here you go, bud.
Thank you. Oh, that's cool. Cool, huh, buddy?
So,
More water.
we'll get the fish afterwards.
All right.
So, this is Willow Beach National Fish Hatchery. This hatchery was opened and began construction in 1959. They finished in 1961. They built the facility because when they built the Hoover Dam, all the native species, all the native fish started to decline in numbers, and it's because they took away so the Colorado River. Do you know what a watershed is? No? Do you? What grade are you in?
8.
Okay, how are you? You know what a watershed is? No. Terrible. Terrible. Okay, so watershed is a collection of drainage. Now, this watershed, the Colorado River, is comprised of most of the runoff from the Rocky Mountains, but also all the other streams and tributaries that lead to this low point, and that create the Colorado River watershed that goes from Colorado all the way down to the Gulf of Mexico. Because this is mostly snow runoff from the Rocky Mountains, it'll snow in the wintertime, obviously, and in the springtime, it warms up real quick, and you get a whole bunch of flooding. Like it would bring down a bunch of sediment, a bunch of trees. The water will get really turbid, and these fish that used to live here, these guys, that one,
like
that's a bony-tail, or that's a razorback sucker, and that's a bony-tail chub. So these fish are 4 million year old species. These fish are evolved to live in what used to be the Colorado River. In 1935 they finished the Hoover Dam, so the Colorado River is no longer the Colorado River. It is Lake Mojave.
Right.
And they put in another dam, it's Lake Havasu. They put in another dam, it's Lake Powell.
A lot of cutoffs.
So this torrent wild river that used to bring all sorts of nutrients and create all these seasonal floodplains is now a controlled series of dams. So these fish that are supposed to live in the river, I equate it to like if you were to take a giraffe and let it go in Las Vegas, say good luck, you're not supposed to be there. It's not what they're raised to, it's not what they're evolutionarily adapted to live in. So because the government destroyed the fishery that used to be here, that had the native species in here, they felt an obligation to the people to build a national fish hatchery here for a recreational fishery. So this rainbow trout program is strictly a put and take program, meaning that we raise the fish out here, put them in the water for anglers to take. We don't do any population monitoring. We don't mitigate or try to enhance any wild population.
Sterile.
We strictly make these fish, and yes, they are sterile. They're all triploid fish.
Okay.
But we grow them out here. Our target stocking size is 12 inches, which is amazing if
Right.
you've ever been fishing for any stocking program in the country. Because they usually, like in New York where I'm from, we put out trout that big, and you're happy to catch them.
Right.
So here we're putting out, 1,000 12-inch fish a week, and in the winter months, from October to March, we're stocking 2,000 fish a week for the Davis Dam.
Yeah.
Now the Endangered Species Program, these native fish, they started, I think they started here in like 1992. They brought the razorback suckers on. So this half of the fish hatchery, like all the raceways from here over,
Trout.
are all the rainbow trout. Everything on that side of the hatchery with the green feeder boxes over them are all the razorback suckers.
Now the pellets that are inside in the beginning, are those algae pellets or?
No, those are, it's a biofilter. So the razorback suckers are a warmer water species. The water's coming out of the ground about 64 degrees. Those are on well water as opposed to these guys that are on river water.
Okay.
In order to be able to reuse the heat in there to warm the water up, we recycle the water. And also, if we were pumping water in from the river, there's a bunch of natural pathogens and algae and stuff, so the fish get sick often, and we're using surface water.
Right.
So we're using well water, and we're recirculating it, and we reuse the water over and over. As the fish metabolize feed, they take out the oxygen, and they put in ammonia. And ammonia is highly toxic to fish. So you need something to filter out the ammonia.
Gotcha.
So those balls are a biomedia. It's called, and it's just a growth media for the nitrifying bacteria. It'll take that ammonia and break it down into nitrobacter, and then to nitrite, and then into nitrate.
Oh, sweet.
So it's a living chemical filter. The process is called nitrification. They use it at all like wastewater facility treatment plants. It's a natural process, and the bacteria that are in this part of that process are like ubiquitous. So as you provide a media for them to grow on and give them food to eat, i.e. the ammonia, they'll decolonize and they'll get bigger. So as the water comes in that biofilter, it's saturated with ammonia, it leaves, and the ammonia is gone, it's turned into nitrite, which will dissipate. That's why we have all the aerators going on.
Gotcha.
Any questions so far? What's a watershed? You want to feed some fish?
Want to feed some fish?
You want to foam fish? Which one do you want?
Sound, thank you. I'll take it. Awesome.
I have a blue.
Yeah.
My favorite color.
You guys want one? Maddie's like, yep.
Which one do you want?
Dude, you want a fish?
That one.
Ponytail? There you go.
Thank you.
You want a fish?
I'll take one.
Okay.
Jer?
Nice little souvenirs. Oh,
Like
you
that?
don't like blue fish?
So,
I
you're
don't
gonna
want
getting fed today.
to play with it in the water.
Check it out, buddy. This is how he gets his food. Now the feeders that are in here, they pull on those and it drops food?
Fish.
Like
yeah,
somewhat?
Yeah. They don't pull on it. It's a metal rod. So they tap it, and as they move it, it shifts the disc.
Drops a little
covers
bit.
the bottom of that hopper and lets the feed fall over.
That's cool.
Okay, check it out.
Look, buddy.
So you're gonna feed this to D6. Now that's that raceway over there, okay? Now you gotta make sure when you give it to the fish that everybody gets a piece. You can't dump it all in one spot.
You gotta
You
spread
gotta
it.
take it and you gotta spread it out really even.
One pebble at a time.
You good? Let's go find it.
You guys,
Yeah, go ahead. Throw it in. Look at him. Look at him. Woo! Walk down a little bit. Check it out, you guys. So here you go. No.
You can feed them.
Want to try it, Jer? Look at him.
Mom! Wanna go there?
Yeah, keep going. Watch. Look, get a good handful, look, and then just spread it out, look. There you go. See how the handful is? And then just spread it out, look. There you go. Look, there they go, they're eating. Look. You can see those ones. Come on, let's work our way back this way now. Ready? Look.
Look, you see it black?
Yeah.
Why don't you go there? Why can we not go
Because
there?
they're feeding those ones.
Can we go around into it?
You didn't want a water bottle there? Oops. Look at them. Look, there they go. Yay. Ready? Look.
We're the only here that's good.
Look, there they go. Atta boy.
Oh, it's going everywhere.
Okay, hold up. There we go. All good. High fives. Yeah.
Now?
Thank you.
you're asking about the breeders. We don't keep breeders here, so there's a
It's a national. You guys do it by yourselves on the breeding, or?
yeah. So Endangered National Fish Hatcheries in Montana, and those guys are strictly a brood stock facility. So everyone that does rainbow trout, not even necessarily rainbow trout, cutthroat trout, brown trout, brook trout, pretty much any of the trout species that we raise as sport fish, Endangered National Fish Hatchery keeps the brood stock and manages the brood stock program.
Okay.
So we'll say we typically get 3 shipment of eggs a year, 50,000 eggs per shipment, and we're putting in about 100,000 fish a year. So we're shooting for, I mean,
You guys just upgraded, right?
what's that?
You guys just upgraded that area too, right? You guys are doing
Where?
construction for the egg section. I saw something on the website a while back.
Everything inside is getting redone. So I guess that'll fall under the blanket of
Right.
eggs, yeah. But we get the eggs already fertilized as triploid. and they ship them here in like cheesecloth and ice, and we put them in these incubation stacks, and it takes about maybe a week and a half, 2 weeks for them to hatch out.
Wow, that's fast.
And then it's because it's based on water temperature. So
Right.
water temperature here is always, typically optimum for trout. In the past few years, though, we've had a lot of issues with the fish getting sick. Their fins are getting pretty nasty because the water is getting so warm because Lake Mead keeps dropping.
Right.
So as Lake Mead keeps going down, our temperatures keep going up, and it's only a matter of time before Willow Beach won't be able to grow trout anymore because it'll just be too warm here. Yeah, it's a bummer. And the worst part is there's no preparations being made for it. It's just like, you know what, sit there and make trout until
it dies out.
Until they die, and then, sorry, bunch of luck. So then what do you tell the people that are fishing? What do you do once that happens? We got a $1.1 million pump system sitting down there that taxpayers paid for.
Right.
So where's the payback to taxpayer? You know, there's no foresight, unfortunately.
Now, is there any type of petition that might pop up for us to be able to help you guys fight for that?
For what?
To be able to keep this going, or it's just water temperatures, you can't really control it, right?
I mean, you can't have a petition that says we want this to keep going. You
Right.
have to have a set plan and say, all right, when the water temperature gets too warm, we're going to start raising walleye. But then you have to do an environmental impact study, and you have to, because you got a bunch of different constituents involved. You got Fish and Wildlife Service, National Park Service, NDOW, and Arizona Game and Fish.
Right.
So you got to get 4 people to believe you that you can do this, and make sure it's okay with everybody else's program. It's a logistical nightmare.
Now, is it going to fall in the same base as the Razorbacks with the trout? They basically are on the same water temperature levels and all that, or do Razorbacks live longer or easier to hatch or easier to raise?
Trout are way easier to raise under the
they?
right water circumstances or under the right temperature regime.
Right.
We raise rainbow trout because they're a farm fish.
Yeah.
These fish have been domesticated since the late 1800s to
Right.
just be like, bait them and grow them like cattle.
Right.
The Razorbacks, those are a wild fish. We're getting larval fish out of the river from naturally spawned Razorbacks and bringing them here. So they're a wild fish that we're bringing here as larvae and raising them up till.
And they'll still be released as non-sterile. They can still produce.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And these fish they're doing pretty well. The Razorbacks are doing okay out in the river because they still have a self-sustaining breeding population. Whereas the trout, like the put and take, it's just because the water temperature pretty much is optimum.
Right.
There's not habitat for trout in here, so they typically don't live too long once they go out there.
Gotcha.
And there's these little tiny shrimp and stuff in the algae, but they're typically gobbled up by the cormorants or the stripers for too long.
Right. Awesome. I really appreciate you.
Yeah, no problem.
Thank you much.
You guys got any more questions?
No, we'll be back for sure. It's our first time, like I said. We're gonna go swim now and dive and fish. And
I would recommend, especially if you want to get some good footage, come in like January, February.
Okay.
Actually, end of January at the earliest.
Okay.
Probably February, March, because we'll have small. We might even have eggs inside. If you keep an eye on the Facebook page, that should be posted as to when we're getting eggs. So if we have eggs or maybe like newly hatched out sac fry inside, and we get the Razorbacks as larvae, and we'll have a bunch of circular tanks.
That'd be amazing.
Inside. And we have another big project going on. We're going to do a fully recirculating aquaculture system here for the Razorbacks when they first get moved out from inside, because we're raising them in really warm water inside.
Right.
And every time we move them outside, they go from 80-degree water to like 65-degree water, and they don't grow. They usually get sick. So we're putting grading over these 2 raceways here. We're getting 4 15-foot circular tanks over there, and a sump and a heater and all the pumps and LHOs and everything we need to have a large-scale reuse system. So that'll be coming online, but it's at least a year out. We're still doing scope of work for all the electrical that has to get run over there, and we're figuring out, like, the tanks are coming. We already have the grading that's out there. The sump is already, and we have a heater for the system, but we have to get a bunch more parts and pieces and have it assembled over there. We're going to try to do a pretty big PR thing and have like the kids paint on the side of things, have contests about native fish, so they can, get some news coverage down here. Because a lot of the work that we do down here is really sad, but nobody shares it. No one showcases it. And and we're really here for the public.
Yeah, definitely. It'll be on YouTube and all that as well.
Cool.
So
Very
yeah,
cool.
definitely get the word out. So
Right on, right on.
alrighty,
Well, George,
you have a
talk to you
blessed day.
next
Thank you. All right, guys. So there you go, Willow Beach Hatchery. Very awesome place. As you heard him state, we really want to get this place noticed. We want to get it out there throughout social media, etc., etc. So you guys can share this video if you would like. And yeah, it's really awesome. They got programs for the kids they're going to be setting up for the Razorback system, and just everything in general is really cool. They let you come down here and feed the fish, and it's awesome, you guys. Hope you enjoyed the trip. Time for some swimming, so make sure you guys stay tuned. It's a Razorback. What is this one?
Mine.
That's the one you have. Look at it, says right here.
The bony tail.
Bony tail. What is
Daddy
this one?
catches these all the time. What is that?
What is this one?
What are these?
Ponytails?
No. What is that one? The one that Daddy always catches.
I didn't know what it's called.
Striper.
Dipole?
What is this one? You know this one.
Dipole?
No, that's a trout.
Trout.
Good job.